So I was on my way down this morning, or afternoon, whatever it is, 12 o'clock. I was gonna walk down to the well house and do some work around there, clean the area up, get ready to start doing some milling and all that stuff. Is out of commission because the crankshaft position sensor, number 2, the second one, is not gonna be until tomorrow. Hopefully that'll fix the problem, get it back up and running. Speaking of things not running, this mule has been, and this is an old boy, man, I'll tell you what, I need new seats, I need all sorts of new stuff. Anyway, this thing has been out of commission for about a year. I think I just need to re-clean the carburetor, clean it out real good, and then it should work again. I'm sure there's more stuff that's wrong with it now because it's sat so long. And I was walking down there, and I don't feel good because I think I have a kidney stone. And so I'm just like, I would really rather just drive this thing. And I've been putting it off and putting it off, putting it off. So I'm going to work today to try to get it running again. The battery is reading 0.3 volts. So I'm going to go ahead and put my charger on it. And we're going to see if we can get the battery back up. I'm sure the battery is dead after that. I've probably killed it. But, oh, I was pointing at something that you didn't even get to see. I've got my charger down here. There it is. So we're going to charge this guy up, at least let it start charging. And while that's happening, we'll start pulling apart the carburetor. See if we can get things working again. Battery's charging. You'll notice there's a bunch of stuff going on over here. First off, I need to get my coolant line fixed. Right here I've got this, it's like I don't remember what they're called. It's an area where you can see the coolant, like a little clear bulb, just so you can see it coming through. That had a leak, so I wrapped it in duct tape, which is really not the best idea, but it worked for a while. Carburetor's right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the air intake here, take that off, slide it off, and then I'll be able to get to the carburetor and then pull it off, and we're going to clean it real good. We'll take these clamps, all these hoses and clamps off of it, and that's pretty much all we need to do. We'll slip it off, then we'll clean it real good. Let's see if we can get it to turn over. I mean, it's been a long time since I've even tried. I mean, I doubt anything's gonna happen, but let's see what our symptoms are. It's probably just gonna ring, 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 ring. What I would always have to do is take a little bit of starter fluid, come back over here, pop this guy off. And a little squirt, and then try to start it again. But that's pretty much as far as it'll ever get at this point. It used to run when I would do that. It would work temporarily, and then over time it just got worse and worse. So let's go ahead and yank this carburetor, clean it up. All right, take off this guy. And I need to get these off and go get some pliers. It's getting really warm out here. I mean, it's January 6th and it's, I don't even know what the temp is. I bet it's 80 degrees. Oh man, you missed it. I was talking and getting a bunch of stuff. I ended up pulling it off, disassembling this little linkage here. Let's get it over to a bench and start cleaning it up. Hoping this thing will scrape off pretty easy. Really don't want it ripping. Perfect. Yeah, I can totally reuse that because I'm that cheap. Come on, Eric. I just don't want to take the time to wait to get another one. I started pulling these guys off. You just got to make sure you're pressing really hard. You don't want to go through it into your thumb or whatever, right? Because that sucks. So put it down here on the table because you also don't want to break off all of these guys. Put it on the table. Press down really hard. Man, that joker's on there. What kind of gorilla tightened it down the first time? Alright, got that off. Comes the chickens. That cutie. And my magnet bowl. I always thought these little magnet screw or whatever containers were kind of gimmicky. I'll tell you what, man, they're pretty awesome. Alright, and then there's a couple of gaskets in there. Wait a second. This joker is bone dry. Not a bit of gasoline in it. I guess I got a fuel line issue. I mean, that makes sense why it won't keep running, but maybe the fuel pump. I did put gas in it. I know I've got gas in it. Well, I got this tore apart. Might as well clean it. It's not in terrible shape. I don't know what I'm going to call these sides. I'm going to say with the float and these little jets facing toward me, I'm going to pull these jets out. I think that's it. Got this little guy here. I'm going to put it on the right side. And unscrew this little guy here. And it's going to go on the left. I don't know if they're interchangeable, but I don't want to mess it up. That one's going on the left. Now we're going to wear some eye protection, spray down in here. Okay, it's shooting out right here. Ooh, shot right in my beard. That's why you hold it away from yourself. So when I'm looking in this guy, which you're not going to be able to see up close because I can't focus. I get closer, it's just out of focus. But I can see light when I look through this. Spray it a good bit. And I'm also going to get out my tool here. See if I can run some of these guys through it. See if I can see light. Yeah, I can see light through this one. This one actually looks bigger than the other one did. Could just be because it's cleaner. This is a carburetor cleaning kit I picked up on Amazon. If I remember, I'll put some links in the description. If I don't, they're not there. These are bristles, and these are like barbed rods. This is, I think, the smallest one I've got, and I don't think it's going to go. These are smaller. Let's go for the smallest one I've got. I can't stress how important it is to actually make sure you've got eye protection on when you're doing this. Yeah, there we go. I think it's actually going in. Yeah, that actually went in there. And kind of thread it in there and then pull it out. There we go. We're shooting out the backside. We're shooting through. Perfect. All right. Where do these go? Okay, that's coolant. All right, that's where coolant flows through here. So I'm going to be real careful, pull this guy out, and lift up the float. And then we've got the needle right there. And the needle looks clean. Not spray myself in the face. So, got that clean. Clean up the bottom of this bowl real good. Clean up inside here. And then I'm going to make sure this needle is really clean. I'm going to drop it back in here. And slide this guy through the float. Cool. So what happens here, if you don't know, the needle is up in here, right? And the bowl that we took off, this one, fills up with gasoline. And when it gets full, the float raises up and closes off the needle, keeping fuel from draining into the bowl. I'm gonna see if I can stick some of these down in here and clean this up a little bit, ream it out. Now we're going to drop these guys back in on the correct side. Which, like I said, I don't know if that really matters. Okay, that one's fully seated. That one's fully seated. Now I don't want to ruin this rubber gasket here. With the big holes pointed toward me, I'm going to pull out these jets. Okay, and I might just do this one at a time. Plenty of daylight coming through this thing, so I'm not worried about this being a problem. Even so, I'm going to go ahead and spray her out and drop this guy back in here. I'm not an expert. I'm just someone who's had to do this a couple of times. Okay, let's get it back in. Going backward until I hear click, then I'm moving forward. Let's reassemble. Oh, before we do that, probably shouldn't be spraying that O-ring or that seal, but I did. Ah, it popped out. Yeah, probably because I just sprayed it and ruined it. Yep, I think that's what I just did. I just ruined it. Now it's curling up. Dang it. Should not have done that. Well, we'll see if we can get together nonetheless. It's going to have to work just like that. All right. If it's off a little bit, it's off a little bit. Dang it. All right, let's get the screws. All right, let's figure out what's going on with the fuel. I've got the carburetor back on, and I'm thinking it's going to be a fuel pump issue. I've done a couple of things. I pulled the fuel line off right here. Here's the fuel filter, and which is relatively new. It's disgusting looking, but it's relatively new. I've replaced it recently. And then I pulled it off, and fuel indeed drips from it. However, actually let's hold this up here for a second, and let's turn it over and see if fuel comes out of that. All right, I'm not seeing any fuel coming up the line, and let's see if there's not any even dripping out of that. So no fuel coming out of this. I'm almost guaranteeing this sucker's bad. So let's do some electrical checking here. Let's take our multimeter. Let's go to volts. I've never done this. I'm just guessing how it's done. Switch over to DC. I don't know which of these is positive and which is negative. One's blue and one's yellow. I'm seeing 6 volts. Why would there already be voltage on it? All right, my thought would be that you would have a consistent, maybe it spikes to like 12 volts or something in order to get it to turn over. I'm confused. I don't know how this works. Nonetheless, it ain't pumping. So I was able to get this thing to kind of sit in here close-ish. And let's jump over to DC voltage. I'm sitting at 7 volts right there, but watch what happens when I crank it. Okay, we're at 7 volts. Nothing really changes. So I'm like, I don't understand what tells this pump to start pumping. I'm gonna plug it back in. I really want to know if this thing's making any noise or if it's ticking. Problem is there's only one of me. Let's pull her off. I'm not sure how it comes off. All right, now I'm more confused than ever. I pulled off the pump. And when I go to start it, like this, oh goodness, I feel it surging very powerfully. Is the pump bad? It feels good. I took the pump and I submerged it into some gasoline here in a very peculiar manner. And I'm going to start the engine. And no gas is coming out. So I think this pump is toast. Even though I can feel it doing something, it's clearly not enough. Got the new fuel pump in. This kit actually comes with quite a bit. I'll connect this to the end of the other one. It comes with 2 filters and then comes with, I think, 6 feet of hose. I don't know that this is the right size. We'll have to check and see. Hopefully it is. It'll be all right. All right, new pump in the wrong spot, but it is pumping. You can hear it ticking away as it is filling. I hope it stops at some point because we're not even turned on. Keys in the ignition is in the on position. Ignition's off. It's ticking stopped. The filter filled up. Let's try to run her. Oh, baby. Dude, it's running. She's alive. Woohoo! So I took these original clips right here and I just crimped on this new clip style. And then I ran that over here. I took the universal 12 volt DC pump and I took part of it and just wedged it. I don't know if you can even see that there. Just kind of wedged it in right there. There's a little tooth on it. Put it in on one side. And then the other side, I took a self-tapping screw and just screwed it right in there. So I can take that screw off and then it will just like slide off this way. So just one screw is holding it on, but it is nice and secure. It's in there. So it's I guess whatever that is, 6 or 7 volts. Right there I've got the new fuel line. It comes in here, and then this one wraps up and over and then goes in place. So it's been running great for a couple of weeks. The only problem now is I've got dry rot tires, so I get to replace all of those.